With every single update, we seem to get more and more skins, which is not a bad thing because it gives players a lot of options for customization. Even free-to-play players can get them from events, star drops, or purchase them with bling. Today, I'm going to rank all of the new skins added in the recent Brawl Stars update. But before starting, I want to mention that this was a hard list of skins to rank compared to previous rankings. There were a lot of good skins, and I had many different orders for them until I finally settled on one. Also, this is my opinion, so if you disagree, you can make your own ranking in the comment section. Let's get right into this. At number 41, we have the True Gold and True Silver skins for Kaze and Jae-young. I think everyone expected these skins to be at the bottom of the list, as usual. Usually I give a big explanation of why they're here, but I've done this so many times that people will start to get bored, mentioning it again and again, and the retention on videos is not that good, even though there are other factors like the voice. At number 40, we have Explosion Tick. It is not a very good skin, and the color palette of the skin is quite odd. I feel like a Supercell employee one day just chose the most random colors and said that's good, or they just used a color picker wheel, which may be true, but to be fair, anything is possible with this skin. At number 39, we have Swimming Trunk. The color palette is not that good, just like the Tick skin, but at least I don't die emotionally by looking at it. In the end, I will probably just use the default model of Trunk, which I feel is better. At number 38, we have Calico Kit. This is one of the 6 kit skins added in this update, and in my opinion, this is the worst out of all of them. However, it could be higher, as it was kind of hard to order them. At number 37, we have Tabby Kit. It looks a little better in-game, and this is why it is higher on the list compared to Calico. At number 36, we have Siamese Kit. It's the same reason why it is higher on the list. It was hard to come up with different reasons for 6 skins that are very similar, with just different colors. And I hope you understand why the explanations are so short. At number 35, we have Mariano Kit. I like the orange color more than the others mentioned before, and I think it looks pretty good. At number 34, we have Yuki Kit. I don't really remember having skins that are all white. Correct me in the comments if I'm mistaken. If it is the first one, it is simple yet unique, and I like how clean it looks in-game and in the lobby. At number 33, we have Bike Buster. It's an interesting skin, and it's weird to see Buster with a mustache, but it's kind of cool. However, there is a better Buster skin added in this update, and there is no real point in getting this one unless you like it that much or you're a skin collector. At number 32, we have Oculus Dynamite. This is the first version of the Pro Pass skin for the current Pro Pass season, which looks like a rare skin, but it's decent if you don't have any Dynamike skin. The colors work together, but I will probably not use it. Its upgrade versions, which we will see later in the video, are better, especially a specific one, and you probably know the one I am referring to. At number 31, we have Jackpot Griff. It is a decent skin, not much to say here. I was planning to add a joke, but I am pretty lazy, so I'm just going to use the Brawl Talk segment, and I think I said way too much, so roll the clip.
Did you know that 90% of gamblers quit just before they win big?
At number 30, we have Hunter Alley. It's a good skin, and Alley, being a new brawler, doesn't have too many options besides this one, or her default model, which I feel is a little better. However, I may use this skin from time to time if I can get it from a star drop in the near future. At number 29, we have Phantom Poco. This skin feels different compared to other rare skins. It has a different vibe, which makes it unique in a way. However, there is a better ghost skin in this update, and I'm not sure if we can consider Phantom Poco, to some extent, a ghost skin. At number 28, we have Gizmo Kit. This is somewhat of a biased opinion because it looks very similar to my cat. It isn't a one-to-one comparison, and I will have an image of him so we can judge how similar it is. But for this reason alone, I would get this skin. Close is more than I could ever ask for. In the end, these cat skins are a pretty cool addition to the game, and if you like cats, I suggest buying at least one of the skins. Also, rest in peace, Mariano. At number 27, we have Sheepish Daryl. This is a weird skin that doesn't really fit Daryl at all, and it is also very simple for an epic. I don't see this being more than a super rare. Anything more than that is way too much. I also have much better options for Daryl to choose from, which I have collected over the years. At number 26, we have Serapis Mortis. This is one of the chromas for the current Brawl Pass skin, and out of the 3 options you can choose from, this is the worst. The colors don't really work, and you're better off using the other options. At number 25, we have Pluto Mortis. This is the other chroma, and it isn't much better than Serapis Mortis. The only reason it is higher is that the colors work much better, but still not great. At number 24, we have Jessie Musketeer. I almost forgot this skin even existed, and it was nearly left out of this video. The skin is okay. I feel like it's a little simple for being of epic rarity, even though it costs Supercell ID reward points and not gems. However, I don't really have a use for them, so I would probably get it when it comes out, if that ever happens. At number 23, we have Persephone Lumi. This is a very simple skin. You could say this is just a rare skin with some added details. The attack effect is not that different, with just a color change, but Lumi doesn't have many options, and this is the best choice we have at the moment. However, her default model and rare skin are still great options until a better skin comes along. At number 22, we have Hellbull. This is a very simple skin compared to the new or old demonic skins, and it is not that interesting. Besides one thing, it has a nice interaction with the Blessed Buster skin, which is cool. That is not much. It is a nice detail, but the skin is very boring. A weird thing is that this skin has a higher rarity, being a mythic skin compared to the angelic and the other demonic skins added in this update. Now you have a chance to get it for free, but in a year, if you don't get it, you will need to pay 199 gems, which is a lot for this skin. At number 21, we have Night Amber. This skin has a dark theme, which is pretty cool, but I don't really like it. I feel like I have a better option for Amber in Bubble Trouble Amber, which is a much better skin and probably one of my favorites in the game. There's really no sense for me to get it. If I get it from a star drop in the near future, I may use it from time to time if I get bored of Bubble Trouble Amber, but that may not happen. At number 20, we have Icarus Bonnie. It is a simple skin, but a good one. The model has not changed that much compared to other skins, but the effects are nice, and the skin is very cheap, being a super rare costing 79 gems or 2,750 bling. So, being in the middle of the list, it is a very good position for this skin. At number 19, we have Night Bow. This is one of the chromas for the August Brawl Pass skin, and out of all 3 options you can choose from, this is the worst. However, compared to Hades Mortis's chromas, this is at least decent. Not the best, but if I were to get it, I might use it sometimes. At number 18, we have Hades Mortis. At least the original version of this skin is decent. The colors are okay, but I don't really like the skin, and this is why I didn't rank it that high. At number 17, we have Blessed Buster. This is a simple skin compared to the other angel skins, but I really like it. The effects are good, and I also mentioned the interesting interaction it has with the Hellbull skin. On top of that, you can get it for free by just opening 100 angelic star drops, no luck needed. At number 16, we have Hypnos Sandy. This is a nice skin. The model is decent, and the effects I really loved, but I have a big problem with it being a legendary skin. If it were an epic skin, this would have been higher on the list, but it's overpriced and not even worth getting. It's like Tusked Nita all over again. At number 15, we have Haunted Dynamike. This is the upgraded version of the Pro Pass skin Oculus Dynamic, and the upgrade is substantial. It looks amazing, and I love that they ended up changing the name of the skin instead of just leaving the same name with a bigger number, as they did with Astra Colt. At number 14, we have Ghastly Dynamike. This is one of the chromas available for the current Pro Pass skin, and it's not that good. The color palette is weird, and the only reason it ranks higher than Haunted Dynamike is that it has a hypercharge form, which is a nice addition. At number 13, we have Possessed Dynamike. This is the hypercharge upgrade of the original Pro Pass skin and is much better, but not by much. I would have hoped they would keep the color palette of Haunted Dynamike, which, in my opinion, would have worked much better. The pink doesn't really work. At number 12, we have Knight Jackie. This is a pretty good skin. At first, I didn't like it that much, but I ended up loving it. The effects are pretty good, and it looks great in-game. The only problem I have with this skin is its mythic rarity. If it were epic, it would have ranked higher on the list. At number 11, we have Martyr Meg. This is a simple angelic skin, but it ended up growing on me, and now I like it a lot. The reason is that this skin was the first one I got from an angelic star drop, which reminds me of the bad luck I had during the original Angels vs. Demons event, when I ended up getting only the Colette skin, so this makes this skin special for me. At number 10, we have Pegasus Barry. This is a pretty good skin for Barry, but I probably won't use it because I prefer Star Horseberry. However, not everyone played during the Pizza Planet event, and because it is seasonal, it will only be available for gems. This new skin will be a great option for players to get with bling without needing to spend their precious gems. At number 9, we have Knight Doug. This is a nice skin, and the colors blue, gray, and purple work really well together. Doug didn't have an option for a skin available year-round, aside from the rare one, and this is perfect. The skin is good, and I would end up getting it in the future. At number 8, we have Starur King Bow. This is the other chroma for the next Brawl Pass skin, and the colors green, gray, and white are very good choices. It was a hard decision to determine if this or the original is better, but in the end, this one is just a little worse. At number 7, we have Starur King Bow. This is such a great Brawl Pass skin. The effects are amazing, and the color palette choices are perfect, especially that blue. It completes the skin perfectly. Nothing more to say here. At number 6, we have Ascended 8-Bit. This is the best angelic skin added in this update. It looks amazing, has more details compared to the other two skins, and its effects are perfect. At number 5, we have Infernal Fang. Compared to Hellbull, this skin is on another level. It doesn't even compare in terms of details, effects, and everything else. On top of that, we will be getting it for free by just opening 100 demonic star drops, no luck involved. At number 4, we have Grimgus. This is the best demonic skin added in this update, and is just a bit better than Infernal Fang, but not by much. I just like it a little more. At number 3, we have Night Lily. Since I saw it in Brawl Talk, I knew this skin would be one of my favorites. The skin looks perfect, and there is nothing to complain about, besides one thing. This skin is mythic rarity, which is kind of sad because I really want to get it, but I don't have the gems right now, so I would need to pray to get it from a trophy box. At number 2, we have Ghoulish Dynamite. I think many people expected this skin to be at number 1, and I don't blame you. This skin is amazing and completely different from other skins we've seen released in this game, which makes it unique. However, I like one skin more than any on this list. And at number 1, we have Knight Belle. Since last year, when it was announced as a bonus winner, I have been excited to see this skin being added to the game. After each Brawl Talk, I was sad not to see the skin being announced, but when it was confirmed in the last Brawl Talk that this skin is coming, I was thrilled. You can't say anything bad about this skin. It's a masterpiece. The only downside is that it is a mythic skin. For some reason, the mythic rarity can be so forgettable in some updates because those skins are bad, and in another update, it's so annoying because the skins are actually good and I want to get it. But gems don't grow on trees, and I don't like to spend them on skins. This is why bling exists, and it's so annoying that you can't get mythic skins with bling. I will still probably get it eventually. This is the end of this ranking. It took much longer than I expected this video would take, but it was fun, and I enjoyed making it. I also tried to make this video more interesting. Sadly, I couldn't come up with ideas for each skin because there are more than 41 added in this update, so I hope you understand. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe if you want to support my YouTube channel. See you in the next one. Peace.